State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
Entering play call screen.
The Sun Devils will boot it away to start the game. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense takes the field to start this game off.
Play call.
Here he comes, and anytime this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
The offense set for a first down play. Now they'll run it to the right here. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in flight. I think they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
Leaves it with the back. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2.
Split back, sing, power eye, wish, Kawili, RPO alert features.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Running to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets it to the 31-yard line. Big play for this offense.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down. Try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the right.
Run. Keep play action. Formation, there are 8 shotgun, wing slot WKA, there are 70. Spread, 5 D screen, tackle, spread flex.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. After the run, now to throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you...
Got some room headed to the goal line. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. If you don't tip the scales at $3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Sun Devils offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play. Well, they immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key to their respective teams.
Yeah, they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. At the 40, there he goes. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him, he's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Zings it complete to the right. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play. And you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly...
Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns.
And the extra point was good to finish things off.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 7 options. 5, 4, 2. Return left is selected.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. First down here for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Buying some time. He'll let one go down the right side. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. And now on second down for this offense. Handoff from the gun. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. They get to him as he throws. And he intercepts it. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back.
Entering play
Touchdown,
call, coach
Sun
suggestions.
Devils.
There are 6 categories.
What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football,
Entering
makes the
play
interception.
call, special
Everybody
teams.
on
You have
defense,
7
we turn
options.
to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can
selected.
get it and take it back to the house.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Pulls it in. It's Clay. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
12 options. Punt to is selected. Short
Receivers
cross.
telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And it's caught inside the 30. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it first and 10 inside the 30. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
HV Sting is selected.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2.
Inside zone, there are 10 categories.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better post the
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Quickly out to the tight end. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great.
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. On first down, here comes this offense.
Short cross.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
A little screen to the running back. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front getting at it.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Going to the running game. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Entering play call.
I like keeping my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so you can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Fires on the move. Connection to the right. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
He's got it and still on his feet. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Handoff to the lone back. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Entering base model screen, you have 5 options.
And the Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the silver bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up from...
Oh, what a grab by the defense. And that's a live ball.
Out of all the ways to get a first down, that's how the offense chose to...
Call to now to select.
Make the mistake, throw the interception, Palmer, but heads-up play, force the fumble, and recover it. First down.
And, David, you know the quarterback's counting his lucky stars. That was a bad decision. That should be the defense's fault. Luckily, they fumble it. His teammates get it back to give him another chance.
Fires to the big fella. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Sun Devils will hustle to the line.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. The Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
Coach suggests empty.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Hot roots.
To throw, it's Sayin. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. First down for this offense. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Second down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Brown has it. And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. No.
And he rolls into the house.
Entering play
Touchdown,
call, coach
Arizona
suggestions.
State.
There are 6 categories.
Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step 1. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game,
Entering
get some of
play
that
call,
momentum back on your
special
side. You
teams.
still got more work to do, but step 1 accomplished.
Return left
Almost
to
ready to
selected.
kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line and pick up a 6. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They go right back to it. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Player, there are 8. Screen pass, play, quick pass. There are 6 categories.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Gets the job done on third down. He gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Touch pass on the run. Crosses the 40. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Play tight, there are inside zone, there are 10 categories.
The Buckeyes are rolling down the field.
HD Sting is selected.
They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now facing a 3rd and long. They give it to him again. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
The give to the tailback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Takes the easy one to the back. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. A first down run on the doorstep. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. We got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger race. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting to drive. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Formation, there are 6 categories. There are 3 subcategories. Watch, over. There are 3 categories. You have
first down here for the offense.
Number 1 ball is selected.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Back to throw. It's Sayin. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Sun Devils! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over a two-less quarter for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by 5 over Missouri. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll leave it with him. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. The hand to the running back. Makes him talk to the hand. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running with power. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock...
Entering paused screen, you have 11 options. Call timeout is selected. Resume.
And it increases our chances of winning this game.
Shakes off the tackler.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage of the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Arizona State, 28.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's running into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. It's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
He'll just keep slinging it. Snagged in the end zone.
Entering play call,
Touchdown,
coach
Arizona
suggestions.
State.
There are 6 categories.
Receivers do this every day, all day. Throw it up. I will go get it. I will stay in bounds. Nice job knowing where he was at on the field to get that foot in bounds, to get the big touchdown for this offense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
A first down for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback adapting. It's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. They want that clock to run. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
Mesh spot. Inside zone. There are 10 categories.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. He makes a grab, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
There's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Entering play clock, cover 2 man.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. They get him down after he makes the catch. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They're throwing for it on fourth down. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. The Buckeyes will move the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down line.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. I think we can just about blow the candles out on this one. It's all over.
No doubt, it's over. But you know what? Stats they count for season awards. So I'm all for piling on the stats, running up the score, offense, get the stats.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open and just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Trying to find his man on first down. And he throws another interception. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite of what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for it.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Stats is selected. Entering stats screen, team stats. First, total yards per rush home 5-4, yards per pass home 9-8-8.6. Passing yards home 216-230, and return to hub. Entering weekly advanced summary screen. Entering recruiting is selected. You have 5 options. Entering overview screen. Recruiting, scouting 100%. Recruiting overview. Recruiting. Overview. Recruiting. Overview. Recruiting. Schedule visit. Overview. Recruiting. Scholarship offered. Overview. Recruiting. Overview. Recruiting. Scouting 80%. Recruiting. Overview. Recruiting. Coach's favorite. Add action plus. Hard sell. Entering. Attention. Send the offer scholarship. Recruiting. Schedule. Add action. Hard sell. Entering. Attention. Pop up. You do not have enough hours of it. Coach's favorite. Send the house. Schedule. Send the house. Send the house. Soft. Hard sell. Sway. Schedule visit. Overview. Recruiting. Overview. Recruiting. TM player. Schedule visit. Entering. Warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to exit recruiting? No. Schedule visit. Add action plus. Entering. Yes.